let's go and get our lecture exercises done. We actually got through more of this than I was thinking we might get through, so that's good. And I think we pick up with classes 2 on Thursday, if I'm remembering the order of lectures. Missing A on dysfunction. Oh, missing a parenthesis on the dist function. Ah, that was from before. Cool. All right. Thank you all. I'm going to stick around for a little bit, and I will answer questions.
Hello?
Hi.
I have just it's not really related to this, but just like a ease of use thing. Is there a way to run my program but just run it again with the inputs that it had last time?
I'm like from Spider or something?
Yeah, from Spider.
Um,
Because if I want to test it and I have like 2 long text files.
Okay.
Just curious.
So the best way that I've seen to do that, there's probably a way to do it from Spider. I can look it up. We can probably find how to do it. But the best way to do it is to open up your Anaconda prompt, your mini conda, right? And cd class ls dir, because I'm on a different system. Well, so you can do something like string. This is just a little example of what it. I don't know why I'm worried about spelling, but
yeah.
So anything you put in here, hopefully, will be printed out 5 times. Right. So echo should just take something. Echo Python echo. Right. It should just ask you for something, and you type it in, and it should print it out 5 times. Right. So if you want to do something, you can create your text file. Right. And now when you run your function, you just go, you give it the less than symbol and then your text file, and it'll take all of the answers to the questions from that text file. Okay. So if you are taking input from your command line, and this is actually what submiti does, and you'll notice that the something is on the same line with the low, and all the output gets kind of gets stacked up. That's why we ask you to print after you get your input, because that's exactly what happens on submiti.
Cool.
So that's the best way to kind of do that. You have to know a little bit about starting up the Anaconda, and then doing Python, your file, your program name, less than symbol, your input, your file of input text. Okay.
Also, one more thing. Can we iterate through classes?
Yeah.
Like if we want to do. Okay.
Well, I mean, what do you? I guess if you have your classes in a list, you can. What was it? What was exactly the question? Maybe I answered too quickly.
Can we use it, like if we wanted to do a for loop, could we do something for I in a class and then go through each element of the class? Or is that not really how it works?
That's not really how it works, but it's not that far off. you need if you want to iterate through values that you stored in a class, right? It doesn't iterate through the classes. You'd have to put those in a list and then iterate over the list. But if you stored values in a class and you want to do for I in, there's a one of those functions. I think it's next. I might have to look it up. But if you define next of self, right?
Yeah.
I think that is that's what gets called when you try to get the next element. When you're trying to go along, for I in range, that next is what gets called. I think I may have the name wrong, but I believe it's the next. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just had a quick question.
Sure.
And so in class, you specify, well, not in class, but in the notes, it says each class should generally be put into its own module.
Yep.
Several closely related classes be combined into a single module. And then you mentioned that we're already doing this. I don't fully understand what that means. So what would it look like if we're not doing that, I guess, with help?
Oh, we would have class point 2D, and then maybe we would have up here class mustard.
Nice class name.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind. Apparently, I'm hungry. Oops. And maybe we'd have class Minecraft game.
Hey.
Right. So
Misspelled object.
Thank you. Right. So it's conceivable that all of these would fit together in some way. But unless they do, then they should be in their own separate files. And instead of doing, putting them all in here, you would say, I need mustard, so let's import mustard.
Okay, so you don't want to have multiple classes in one file, basically?
Right. Unless they fit together. Like we might want to have like these would probably not fit, right? So we could do something like that. We could import it, but maybe a point 3D would fit, right? So maybe what we're doing, we need an agglomeration of point types. So Minecraft and mustard probably wouldn't fit. Oops. Right, but maybe a point 3D class, depending on how we were using it, might be close enough that we would want to put that in the same. If we wanted to, if our module name was points, right? We could have point 2D.
I think I got you.
3D. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, because that way, so when you import the whole file, it's not going to give you random things that don't relate to what you actually want.
Exactly. See, that's exactly what you.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Let's see how many. There's still 16 of you here. If not, I am probably going to.
Actually, Professor Turner.
Yep.
Sid here. I just actually do have a quick concern. I'm okay if I say this out loud, but I was hoping that less people were here. But just a quick concern that.
If you want to hold on, I can. If there's no other questions, I'll just kick everybody out, and then you and I can talk.
Oh, that's fine then. That would be better.
Okay. Anybody else here? Anybody else have any questions that they want me to answer before I clear the room? All right. Thanks, everybody. It's been good. This is one of my favorite lectures, almost as much as when we get to sorting. I like sorting too.
Right.
That's a fun.
Thank you, Professor. This was really cool.
Oh, thanks. Cool. We'll catch you later. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm also okay if Kristen stays in the room. I would hope she would stay.
Okay. I won't kick her out. We'll see if she sticks around. there are a lot less questions with Kristen around. All right. It looks like it's clear. How can I help you, Sid?
Okay, so this was something I actually talked to I also talked to one of the what's that called? One of the TAs who come and help us out via office hours.
Yep.
By the office hours queue. So what I was trying to tell her is that people in the beginning of the office hours queue, like whenever it starts during the day, they take like a lot of time with the TAs, and that's okay if like no one else is there. But like sometimes it's really frustrating, or like not frustrating, but it also gets someone like really nervous, like and anxious when you see like you're the 14th person or there are 14 other people. And sometimes I notice like TAs sometimes go over the top, and like it's great that they do help you out like writing your code, but then it also is like to a discrepancy. Like if one TA, like in someone's perspective, like sometimes this did happen to me. Like if I'm coding something that's long and I need some help on something, one TA will say, sorry, I can only take 5 minutes because so many people are waiting, or I'm not going to walk you through this. But then there are other TAs that will like spend the time and take like 20 to 30 minutes. And you can check my stats if you can. The only time I took more than like, I think 30 minutes with a TA was like when it was a Friday morning and no one else was, and I made sure no one else was in the queue. Other than that, like I'm seeing the stats, and sometimes people are taking like 1 hour, 2 hours, and that's when it's like getting frustrating. So I did want to bring that to your attention.
Okay. We've
I
actually.
think I could answer a bit of that too, since I do office hours on Thursdays. Our office hours in like the beginning of the week, or like on Friday, like you said, are usually pretty calm, so you can spend more time with students. But on Thursdays, we've had 20 or 30 students in a queue. So we said that TA should be spending no more than 15 minutes with the student, exceeding like extra circumstances. I have noticed myself too that hasn't always been the case. So I think that's something we could bring up, Professor Turner, like at the mentor meeting tonight. But
Yep.
we do try to stick to that guideline.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of students in the queue.
Okay, so I do understand that, but if you do see Thursday, like one of the stats on Thursday, and this might sound ridiculous, it says on a Thursday someone took like a total of 10 hours in the queue, and 10 hours with like an actual TA, and then when they spent 10 hours with an actual TA, 10 hours 38 minutes, I remember that specifically, someone was actually waiting for 10 hours 42 minutes, and I don't know.
I think someone probably just forgot to hit that they finished helping. I don't think we actually would have someone, because no one's scheduled for 10 hours. We scheduled for 2-hour blocks.
Okay, but okay, good. So that does relieve me a little, but I do see on the stats sometimes that it does say like 1 hour, 2 hours, even on Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm okay if people are taking like 30 minutes or 45 minutes for a legitimate debugging thing that's like driving them crazy, but it's a different story when someone's abusing it. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have an indicator that shows us if a student has been in the queue for the first time this week. So we try to prioritize those people. So if you've been in the queue multiple times, that might be why it's taking longer to get to you, because there are some students who haven't been helped at all that week, and we try to prioritize them. But office hours are usually pretty empty, like Monday through Wednesday afternoon. So I would say if you can try to get to those earlier, you'll probably receive more.
Okay, thank you, Kristen. And then Professor Turner, I hope you can take something out of what I said. If that.
Yeah, no, we've brought that up a couple of times, so we'll reiterate the message again today.
Thank you, Professor Turner. That would help a lot.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Kristen.
Of course, no problem.
Yeah. All right. I get so many fewer questions when you're doing it, so thank you.
I try to help.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to all of them, but some of them have very particular questions that I'm like, I don't know. That goes way beyond the scope of this class.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you later. We'll see you later tonight, I guess.
Yeah, see you at the mentor meeting.
All right.
Bye.
Ooh.